Let's see. We need to go to amplify. So sometimes this is kind of, I guess, a workaround if you have trouble. Sometimes when you have amplify issues and you're not, you can't figure out the error messages. Like this error message here found white space in your key name. That error message I kept getting a few days ago, and it took, I just could not figure it out. I kept searching Google, reading through GitHub issues. It just taken me forever to figure it out. And then I finally had the idea to just delete my Amplify folder and try to pull. And that actually worked. So that's why I'm going to do this now. It's not like I just know to do this. It took me a really long time to get to this point to figure it out. But I think it's going to work, and we'll see. I just deleted Amplify, and now I'm going to do an Amplify pull. And that should pull in all the stuff from the back end that we need. TZS profile. Sure. Default. Let's use the production data for now, just so I know there's data in there. And JavaScript, React Native. Okay, this is just going to take a minute. Whoa, that was fast. If I pull this sync. Yeah, wow, that was so fast. Okay, great. All right, so we have that. Let's see what we have here. Failed to compile modal. We cannot resolve modal React Native web. Looks like I need that library, so let's grab that library. I'm just going to copy this to make sure I get the name right. And we're going to do yarn add. This is, I keep hitting the wrong keys because I normally develop on a Mac, but my PC is better for streaming. So I keep hitting the wrong key when I go to copy and paste. I'll get used to it. All right, so this is a lot of what I've been doing just for the last few days on this project, is going through, trying to load something, realizing I'm missing some piece that I need, and then getting what I need. So they'll probably want me to restart this. Hey, Michael, how's it going? It has been a while. All right, now we're getting a refresh. We'll see how this looks. I assume we're going to get another error, but hopefully it's a different one. All right, cool. New error. Module token. Oops, we need a loader. Okay, so here's a little tip as well. Something I found after a lot of Googling. If you're going to use React Native with React Native Web and NextJS, which is what we're using, then we have this next file down here, next config. Okay, and it comes with this next transpile modules. Well, I mean, we pulled this in, but this is an option of what we can do. And we can put in our modules in here that when it comes up with a message saying, like, we can't do something, we need an appropriate loader. So the error message sometimes can be different, I guess, but at some point it'll talk about a loader. This is what you need to add. And let's see if I still have it in there. So you need to add this next transpile modules, and then wrap your Webpack config part of your config file in this with TM. Okay, then hopefully this will fix the issue. So let's save this, and then once we do it, we have to restart the server. To totally shut it off, turn it back on, which only takes a few seconds. But now it should transpile this and it should work. Hey, all right. We got something. So like it says 404 page could not be found. So it probably means that the page I was looking for, we don't have the data with that key in the back end, which I kind of expected. I just didn't want to look up an actual name. I was hoping. Oh, here's another loader one. But which one is it this time? React Native adapter? Unimodules. Let's see. Do we have a unimodules? All right. Here's something else. Let's go to our package JSON and actually it's at unimodules. I don't think it would be under dev dependency. I really thought that I had this here. Let me try to find it. Oops. Wrong key again. There we go. React Native unimodules. Oh, now it started working again. I wonder what's happening. It keeps, something is running. It's the unimodules one again. All right, let's try to add this to our transpiling stuff that we have in our config file. We'll copy that and paste it in here. See if that takes care of that. It's not the exact name, which is kind of weird to me. Oops, I forgot I need to restart. And this should reload automatically, but nice. I almost lost my patience and clicked reload, but it did it automatically. Hopefully that'll take care of that error. But before that error popped up, it was cool because we actually saw the page. No. All right, let me do this again. Unimodules. All right, it also says React Native adapter. Let's take a look at this again. It looks like unimodules only is there one time. Let's look up adapter. Maybe we can BAP. Okay. The last thing I plugged in was my camera, and it looks like that's still working. So the Windows just popped up a message to me, and it said the last thing I plugged in isn't working, but it still is. So I think we're good. Okay, so we do have this Expo Next adapter. I'm gonna add that to the list. Which, why am I still? I don't know why that's even in use. Because I don't think we're using, because we're not using Expo with this project, so I don't think we even need that. Well, let's get our, oops, not view source. Let's inspect the page. See if we can get something else. All right, so this is giving us a 500 error because it doesn't, that particular church doesn't exist in the database, which is to be expected. Unimodules. You know what? Let's just add unimodules just as is, even though I can't see it in the package JSON. Maybe it'll work if we just add it. Nope. I didn't paste that properly, but I can just add that in. Oops. And stop it. Turn it back on again. And I need to figure out what else. let's look up the database. Let's see if I can get the database here so we can see what the what we could actually use. It should be the ID. I'm gonna look at the database on my other screen just in case there's any sensitive info. Define production. There we go. All right, let's see if I could pull in. Really. If I hit this key one more time, I'm gonna be so upset. Okay. There we go. Got the right key. Let's see if this works and actually pulls in some data for us. Even though we're getting that error, we could still... Did I forget to start it again? I did. Okay. All right. This will start, and then hopefully we'll get real data back. I hope so. I hope it's not so changed that it's not even pulling back real data anymore. I don't think that'll be the case, but we'll see. Oh no, it failed. Oh, okay. Well, I guess this unimodules is just, it's not gonna work, so let's save it. Try again. And we'll refresh. Okay, so are we getting data? Let's see if we're getting data back. 404. We're getting a 404 error for the data, and then we're still getting this error at some point. It looks like it keeps trying to call that API as well. Interesting. Alright, so it looks like we need to take a look in our file, I think, and see what's going on at this point. So if I can't fix the error, then at least I can try to see, okay, well, what code are we using here that might be causing an error? Let's just comment that code out or remove the code, and then see if we can get rid of the error like that. And we've got a lot going on in this file. I am first going to check out our GraphQL, our GraphQL call, and see. Looks like community by slug. Oh, that's why. Because I believe this is our problem. I don't know that we actually have a slug being created anymore. I think we stopped using that. You know what, actually? The slug is the same. Let me double check. For this particular community, I think the slug is exactly the same. So it's a little odd that that's not working and it's not bringing back any data. Let's see. All right, so get data is where we're getting everything. API. So we should be grabbing the church name from the URL. We're using next navigation. Let's see where I define church name at. I think I define it up here. This component needs a lot of work. It's very outdated, and there's a lot of hard-coded data in here. There we go. So see, church name is coming into the component here as a prop. It's being provided as a prop. It's being grabbed. let's go back. I'm going to take you back to where it used to be, or where we first went, just to show you how the routing goes. If I keep doing live streams, we're probably going to be working on this, so may as well explain it a little bit. So in pages, with NextJS, anything in your pages folder becomes a route. So we have pages, we have church, and then the name of the church goes here to this index. Okay, so we're using use router here, which we get from next router. So it's a hook, and then we can do router.query and grab our name, right? So now the user has been directed here just by typing in the route church, and then anything after that falls under the query, right? And that's what we pass in to our church component. So that's where we're getting that from. Now we're taking that data and we're using it to make our GraphQL call. And so it gets passed in here as find community by slug, right? So that should get passed in, and it should give us our data. Hey, we got somebody, Hitchem. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Hitchem, hello, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Okay, and then we should be getting all this data back. If you're not familiar with GraphQL, it's an API where you tell it exactly the data you want instead of just getting back whatever that particular endpoint wants to send you. So it's very cool in that you can tell it what you want. What we can do, so we have a couple problems here, but one of the big problems is we're not getting the correct data. So that's a big deal. So what we can do is test this data in AWS Amplify, like in the AWS console. So let's try that. I'm going to pull over another tab here. I need to find the right, let's see if this is it. Is it AppSync? Got to find the right tab here. There it is. So we're going to try to recreate this query and see if we can get it to work. Let me make this bigger. And let's give some space. All right, so right now we can use this whole screen. I want to see this a little bit. But then I want this screen. So let's try to find this community by slug. See if it's even in here anymore. It's possible it was removed. It's just alphabetical order, so I should look. Oh, okay, interesting. This might not even be in here anymore. That could be why. We have post by slug, but it looks like community by slug might not even be there anymore. And that would explain why the call's not working. So we can change it, and let's do that. So we need to get community, right? And we need to pass in the ID. Now the ID, let's see if I still have this. Nice. That's going to be the ID. And then let's just get, I don't know, the city for right now. See if it'll work. No, this one doesn't even have. All right, let's see. You got to have something here. Email, ID. We can at least get the ID name, or the ID back. Name. See what we can get. Okay, wonderful. So if we just change it to get community, this should work. And instead of passing in a slug, we pass in the ID. Then we should get our query to work. But we can see some of the keys might not have the data that we need. So we may have to change the keys, but at least we can get our data. So let's move this over again. And let's change this. And really, the only thing we have to change right now is this part for it to work. So we can change it to get community, and this can be ID. And let's see what we got back as our, whoops. I don't think we got items back. We didn't. We got data. Or no, yeah, we don't need to say items. We can just say get community. And so let's get rid of items. Save that. And now, let's see if we're getting anything. Let's refresh. Nothing yet. Okay, we got a 500 internal server error, which is a totally different error. So, progress, I guess. Let's see. Now, maybe, let's see if we got anything on the console. No more data. I wonder, let's, at least for now, let's just get rid of this. And save it. See if we can get just the ID back. Alright, why are we getting... Maybe it's not even getting to the point where we needed to. Let's stop. I'm glad this is working for so long. So actually on my Mac, I've been having issues where this will just freeze up when I try to run this for too long. And so far on the PC, it's going strong. Okay. Well, it looks like... Yeah, it's still not working. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check on my time here. So it's been about a half hour coding. I did say if anybody had any questions, I would answer any questions after about a half hour. I'm not gonna do like a ton of coding today. Just kind of gonna get back into it slow. I know in the past I've done like as many as several hours of coding at once, but I don't think I'm up for that just yet. But you can see there's a lot of bugs to work through in this project, and it's gonna take some time. It may be worth it to just maybe comment out almost everything and then slowly put stuff back, put it all back in, and I'm gonna shut this down because it just keeps trying to load whatever that is, whatever it's doing here. It's doing it in a loop. But let me look back in the chat. There's not a whole lot in the chat. Using JavaScript. Yeah, so Shiraz says the error message look cool. Yeah, it that's pretty much most of what we saw today was error messages. But anyway, I'm gonna try to live stream again sometime this week, and maybe I'll do a better job of advertising, so you'll get more of a heads up on Twitter or something, or like a little, hey, how's it going? I was we got some people in the chat that used to watch, so this is awesome. This is really cool. I wonder if anybody would get the notifications and show up. But anyway, I'm gonna try to start streaming again, and probably do it like we used to do it. You know, do like a half hour streaming, do some questions, go back and forth. I don't know if I'll do it here or on Free Code Camp. This was easier to just get started with. Maybe I'll do some here first on my channel, just to get warmed up again, and then when I feel like I'm back in my normal flow, and practiced again, then maybe go back to Free Code Camp. But anyway, for now, I'm just gonna try to do a few little streams here. And anyway, it was good to see some new people and some people that I haven't seen in a while. It was good. It was good to be streaming again. So we'll do more with this project. It's a big project. There's a lot of cool stuff that we're doing in here. So I'm excited to kind of go through it and just start building on it, and start building on it with everybody. So Michael says, "Let's get this going again. I need the motivation." Yeah, it'll be really good to get it started again. I think it'll be good for me, and hopefully it'll be good for some of you to get the streams going again. But anyway, I'm gonna go up and I'm in my basement layer right now, live streaming, and I'm gonna go upstairs now and hang out with my kids before bedtime. But it was awesome to stream again and to talk to some of y'all. So until next time, have a great rest of your weekend.